Crescent Moon, the long journey home of the Thimbleton family. A cozy bedtime story for sweet dreams. Crescent Moon, a gentle good night before we begin. Good evening, little dreamer. Tonight is a perfect night to rest. Snuggle beneath your warm blanket. Let your head sink softly into your pillow. Take a slow, deep breath in. And gently breathe out. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your arms grow heavy and comfortable. Let all the busy moments of the day drift away like clouds floating across the sky. Outside, the moon hangs high above the world, glowing softly. The stars sparkle like tiny lanterns scattered across the heavens. A cool breeze dances through the trees. Crickets sing their quiet nighttime songs. And somewhere far away, an owl hoots a sleepy good night. Everything is calm. Everything is peaceful. Now close your eyes if you'd like. And let your imagination carry you to a beautiful green valley where a warm little home waits beneath the stars. Tonight's story is about a family called the Thimbletons and their long journey home. So settle in comfortably, and let the story begin. Home Chapter 1. A Home in the Valley. In a beautiful valley surrounded by rolling green hills lived the Thimbleton family. Their home was small, but it was filled with love. It had round windows that glowed golden at night, a bright red front door, a cozy stone chimney, and a garden overflowing with flowers that bloomed in every color imaginable. Near the house stood an old apple tree. Its branches stretched wide like welcoming arms. Behind the house flowed a sparkling stream that sang cheerful songs as it traveled through the valley. The Thimbleton family consisted of Papa Theodore, Mama Eliza, their son Oliver, and their daughter Rosie. They had spent the past week visiting relatives in a neighboring valley. The visit had been wonderful. There had been games, laughter, stories, and delicious meals. But now they were ready to return home. Because no matter how much fun a journey may be, there is always something special about coming back home. Arc Chapter 2. The road begins. Their faithful donkey, Maple, pulled their little wagon along a winding country road. Clop, clop, clop. Maple's steady footsteps sounded peaceful in the evening air. Rosie hugged her stuffed bunny, Daisy. "I miss my bed," she said. Oliver smiled. "I miss my bookshelf." Mama Eliza laughed softly. "I miss my rocking chair beside the fireplace." Papa Theodore grinned. "And I miss our apple tree." Everyone chuckled. The sun slowly drifted toward the horizon. Golden light painted the fields. Birds flew home to their nests. The sky transformed into shades of orange, pink, and lavender. It was one of those evenings that felt almost magical. The kind that made everything seem a little softer and a little kinder. Butterfly Chapter 3. The Meadow of Butterflies. As they traveled, they came upon a wide meadow filled with wildflowers. The flowers stretched as far as the eye could see. Blue flowers, yellow flowers, white flowers, purple flowers. Suddenly Rosie pointed excitedly. "Look!" Dozens of butterflies fluttered through the air. Their wings sparkled in the fading sunlight. Blue butterflies, golden butterflies, silver butterflies. They floated around the wagon like tiny pieces of living rainbow. Maple slowed his pace. Even he seemed enchanted. The family sat quietly and watched. The butterflies danced among the flowers, then slowly drifted toward the distant hills. "It feels like they're guiding us home," Rosie whispered. Mama smiled. "Sometimes nature gives us little gifts when we take the time to notice." The family continued on their way, carrying that beautiful moment in their hearts. Fog Chapter 4. The Silver Fog. As twilight deepened, a cool mist began to rise from the valley floor. At first it was thin and delicate, but gradually it grew thicker. Soon the road became difficult to see. The fog curled around the trees like soft white ribbons. Rosie held her bunny a little tighter. "What if we get lost?" Papa Theodore reached beneath his seat and lifted out an old lantern. With a click, a warm golden light filled the air. The fog no longer seemed frightening. Instead, it looked magical, like clouds had come down from the sky to visit the earth. Oliver watched the lantern's glow. "How can we find our way if we can't see the whole road?" Papa smiled. "We don't need to see the entire road." "We don't." Papa shook his head. "We only need enough light for the next few steps." The children thought about that. And somehow, it made them feel much better. Step by step, the wagon rolled forward, slowly, patiently, safely. Bird Chapter 5. The Lost Little Bird. A little while later, Rosie heard a tiny sound. "Cheep, cheep." She sat up. "Did you hear that?" The family listened. Again came the small cry. "Cheep, cheep." They followed the sound and discovered a baby bird sitting beneath a bush. The little bird looked scared and alone. Far above them was a nest resting on a tree branch. "It must have fallen," Mama Eliza said gently. We have to help it, Rosie said. Papa carefully picked up the baby bird. Oliver held the lantern high. Together they found a safe way to reach the nest. With great care, Papa returned the tiny bird to its home. Moments later, the mother bird swooped down from the sky. She chirped happily. The baby bird answered. Rosie grinned. I think they're saying thank you. Mama smiled. Kindness always makes the world a little brighter. The family continued on their journey feeling warm inside. Evergreen Tree Chapter 6. The Whispering Forest. Night settled fully as they entered a forest of tall pine trees. The trees stretched high into the darkness. Moonlight filtered through the branches. Silver beams danced across the path. The forest was quiet, not silent, but peacefully alive. Leaves rustled softly. Tiny creatures moved through the underbrush. The breeze whispered among the branches. Rosie listened carefully. It sounds like the trees are talking. Papa smiled. Perhaps they're wishing us a safe journey. Oliver looked upward. Through the treetops he could see stars shining overhead. Each one twinkled like a tiny lantern. The forest felt like an old friend watching over them. And they traveled through it peacefully. Star Chapter 7. The River of Stars. Eventually they reached a small wooden bridge. Below flowed a clear stream. Papa stopped the wagon. Let's rest for a moment. The family climbed down. The water reflected the night sky so perfectly that it looked as though thousands of stars were floating inside it. Rosie gasped. It's a river of stars. The family sat quietly by the water. Nobody spoke for a while. They simply listened. The gentle flow of the stream. The soft breeze. The distant call of a night bird. Everything felt calm. Everything felt peaceful. Sometimes the most wonderful moments are the quiet ones. Milky Way Chapter 8. Lavender Hill. At last they arrived at Lavender Hill. Papa stopped the wagon once more. Come and see. The children climbed out. Above them stretched the most beautiful sky they had ever seen. Millions of stars sparkled overhead. The Milky Way shimmered like a silver ribbon across the darkness. Oliver lay down in the grass. Rosie lay beside him. For a long time they simply stared upward. Finally Rosie whispered, "The sky looks endless." "It does," Papa agreed. Then he said, "Many people think a home is just a house." Rosie turned toward him. "Isn't it?" Papa shook his head. "A house is made of wood and stone." Mama gently added, "But a home is made of love, of kindness, of laughter, of people who care for one another." The children thought about those words. And somehow the stars seemed even brighter than before. Home Chapter 9. The Golden Windows. Soon they descended the final hill. And there it was. Home. Warm golden light shone from the round windows. Thin curls of smoke drifted from the chimney. The old apple tree swayed gently in the breeze. Rosie's eyes sparkled. "We're home." Oliver cheered. "We made it." Even Maple seemed excited. His ears perked up as he walked a little faster. The wagon rolled up the familiar path. Papa opened the red front door. Immediately they were greeted by warmth. The crackling fireplace. The scent of cinnamon. The comfortable rugs. The shelves filled with favorite books. Everything felt welcoming. Everything felt safe. Everything felt exactly right. Red Apple Chapter 10. A cozy evening. After unpacking, the family gathered around the table. They shared warm vegetable soup, fresh bread, and slices of apple pie. The fire crackled softly nearby. Its golden glow filled the room. The family talked about their favorite moments from the trip. Rosie loved the butterflies. Oliver loved the stars. Mama loved visiting family. Papa loved seeing everyone happy. Before long, yawns began to appear. One yawn from Rosie, one from Oliver. Then even Papa yawned. Everyone laughed. "I think it's bedtime," Mama said. ZZZ Chapter 11. Sweet Dreams. The children changed into their pajamas. Papa fluffed their pillows. Mama tucked their blankets around them. Rosie hugged Daisy the bunny. Oliver snuggled beneath his favorite blanket. Papa kissed their foreheads. "Good night, my brave adventurers." Mama smiled warmly. Sweet dreams. Outside, the moon drifted quietly across the sky. The stars watched over the valley. The apple tree swayed gently in the night breeze. Inside their cozy little home, the Thimbleton family drifted peacefully to sleep. They slept soundly. They slept warmly. They slept happily. Because after a long journey, there truly is no place more comforting than home. Crescent moon, good night, little dreamer. And now your own adventure for today has come to an end. Your blanket is warm. Your pillow is soft. The stars are shining above you. The moon is keeping watch through the night. Tomorrow will bring new adventures, new discoveries, and new reasons to smile. But for now, it's time to rest. Close your eyes. Take one last slow, gentle breath. And let peaceful dreams carry you away to wonderful places. Good night, Little dreamer, sleep peacefully, sleep comfortably, and dream sweet dreams beneath the starlit sky. Sparkles blue heart crescent moon, the end crescent moon blue heart sparkles.